Welcome back to the Gamehouse Overwatch League recap. Week 4 is upon us. Let's jump into the first night. We started off with one of the hottest teams in the Boston Uprising and definitely the worst team in the Shanghai Dragons. Volsky was a pretty good fight as the Dragons were able to take 1 point but were stopped by a good Boston defense. Then on offense, Boston was able to take the first point and get the first tick of the second point, giving them a 1-map lead. Numbani was another close map, as the Shanghai Dragons were able to get 2 ticks and a good amount of the way to the third one, but on defense they faltered again as Boston was able to get just a bit past them and go for a 2-0 lead. If you haven't picked up on the trend yet, you're going to now. Ilios was the exact same. Shanghai and Boston each had 1 point heading into the last map, with Boston taking it and going up 3-0 and winning the series. Route 66 was another close one, as the Dragons were able to finally get a point in this match. Next up, we had the Houston Outlaws, who are vying for a playoff spot, and the Los Angeles Valiant, who have been on fire this stage. On Anubis, the theme from the last matches continued as we had another close map, but the Houston Outlaws were barely able to pull it out on the second point, going up 1-0. Blizzard World still seems to be a map that people are figuring out, as neither team was able to take 1 full point, but Houston was able to get a little bit further, and they went up in the series 2-0. The streak of close games continued, as Nepal had a 1-1 going into the final map, and Houston was able to pull it out, going up 3-0 in the series and winning it. Much like the Dragons and Uprising game, the Valiant were able to take a point, making it 3-1 to help their map score. To end the night, we had 2 of the lower tier teams in the Florida Mayhem and the Dallas Fuel. If you were expecting me to say anything different than these matches were close, then you'd be wrong. They were all very close. On Anubis, Dallas started off on attack. They were able to get the first point and a little bit of the second point, but in Florida's attack, they were able to get just a little further, taking the lead 1-0. Numbani was similar again, with the Dallas Fuel starting off on attack. They were able to get the first 2 points relatively easily, but were stopped at the third. Florida was able to get the first 2, and then they were able to push a little bit further past them, taking a 2-0 lead. Ilios might have been the most lopsided map of the entire night, as the Florida Mayhem were easily able to take both maps 2-0, and winning the series 3-0. Junkertown was another close map, but the Dallas Fuel were able to pull this one out by about 0.01 meters to be exact, thus making the series 3-1 in favor of the Florida Mayhem. Thank you for checking out the Gamehouse Overwatch League recap for Stage 3, Week 4, Night 1. You can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Those links are listed below. Hit that subscribe button, and from our house to yours, keep it here at the Gamehouse for all your sports and esports needs.